Hey everybody, welcome back to another video. Here we are coming to you from Tangshan Station, Tangshan City. We're not that far from Beijing. We're here in Hebei Province. It's my first time ever coming here actually. I've heard a lot about this city and we've got a lot of interesting things to cover here in this video. So we're here at the station. We just got off the train. Got this huge square out here out front. So let's go grab a taxi. You can see they've got plenty of them. Now what you're looking at here is a massive city, right? I mean, you can just tell it's a huge city. And what's especially hard to believe is that just 5 decades ago, 85% of this city was absolutely leveled by one of the worst earthquakes in recorded history. The 1976 Tangshan earthquake leveled 85% of this city and killed an estimated, well, the numbers range from like 250,000, basically 250,000, to about 650,000. So well over 500,000 perished in the earthquake. It looks like it's either number 2 or number 5 on the list of worst earthquakes of all time, depending on which figures you choose to believe. I'm quite impressed by the crosswalk though. It's kind of like this track-like material, kind of soft on your feet. They've got this huge, wide area for bikes, a very spacious lane for pedestrians on foot. Well, I'm here at one of the memorials for the earthquake, but it is closed for renovations because next year is the 50-year anniversary. So they're trying to upgrade everything, make it nicer, probably gonna have a big event. And I was just talking to that security guard and he said that all of the memorials here in town pretty much are doing the same thing. They're all pretty much being renovated right now. Renovated and upgraded. So we're not gonna get to see as much as I hoped. But you know, for me, that's not the main point. It's just physically being here in Tangshan, seeing what the city's like, telling its story, and showing a different side of Tangshan than most people have probably heard about. Because me personally, the only 2 things that I knew about Tangshan were about that horrific earthquake in 1976, as well as that really bad beating at that barbecue restaurant that happened a few years ago that made the news, shocked the world. A vicious beating where those guys beat up those girls really badly. You can look into that yourself. I'm not going to get into that too much in this video, but if you're curious, it's certainly not hard to find. Well, next on the list is to find something to eat. I'm starving. And I figured rather than just walking down the street, I mean, I could choose the street view or this beautiful park view. So I'm going for the park. Got all this lotus in here, these lily pads, somebody getting some wedding photos. I mean, we're right here in the center of town, but this is a pretty nice little green getaway. I mean, we're right in the middle of the city. You know, concrete jungle, and then over here, very green, very relaxing, surprisingly quiet. You know, because the weather, I mean, it's a little hazy, but it's a pretty nice day. You would expect a lot more people to be here. Usually when you come to a place like this in China, it's pretty darn crowded. But not this one. Peaceful, relaxing. There is Nanhu Hospital, quite massive. Now here's a building right here that definitely doesn't look very Chinese. It says Defu, and up there it says Defu Business Club. Wow, that's pretty crazy. This is not something you would see every day in mainland China. There's a side view of the Defu facility as filmed from a small, random, kind of crazy looking park that I just happened upon. Hey guys, quick interruption. I hope you all are enjoying this tour of Tangshan City. One of the questions I often get asked is how I learned Chinese. Well, I learned on my own from the streets of China. One of the ways I could have really sped up the process, though, would have been to take actual lessons and study with a native speaker. It would save you time and prevent you from developing bad habits. So I wanted to suggest you all take a look at the sponsor of this video, Excel Mandarin, and sign up for a free Chinese lesson. You can study from home with native bilingual Chinese teachers that are based in the US, and even when class is over, they have a huge resource library where you can continue to study on your own. Chinese is fun to learn, and I think just giving this one-time free trial lesson a chance is a great idea. It's no strings attached, and you've got nothing to lose, but potentially a whole lot to gain. You'll quickly see that learning Chinese isn't nearly as hard as you thought it would be. Just make sure to tell them that Mr. Chopsticks sent you. Wow, Tangshan is just full of eye-catching things, you know, massive buildings, and then you've got this kind of cool-looking gate type thingy. And we're on this really nice looking road. It's like, you know, really forested on this side. Well, there's a clear reminder that you're in China. If you can see straight back there, that colorful building looks almost like a kindergarten or something, but those characters on the top that says, in English, it means long live the Communist Party. And as you walk along the street here, you've got all these e-bikes, bicycles. These are like public shared bikes. So you can use either like Alipay or WeChat Pay, and you can just scan something on here and rent one of these bikes to help you get around town. I never rent them though, I just keep walking. Well guys, we have just run into what I call a China surprise, and that's where something that just hits you out of left field that you could have never expected. So you saw me at the other park there, and they had that museum that was closed down, right? Well, I figured that's an indoor facility that's closed down. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, it's kind of disappointing. So then I knew this was an outdoor area, like basically a park. So I came out here, and they've got the entire park blocked off. You can't even walk through the park. I've got to admit, this is pretty darn disappointing, because I mean, some people come here from far away to visit this, and they've just got it blocked off unnecessarily. You know, just to open this to the public so people can walk through an outdoor park area, I don't think that's too much to ask. So I've got to admit, this is the place where they got that big wall of names, that big memorial to those who perished in the earthquake. And I can't even get near that wall now to take a look at it. Gotta admit, this is pretty disappointing. And right here's a map of it. You can see what it is. So I'm over here at I'm at one of these gates, and then they've got these walls with all the names. And you know, I can understand if there's like a museum or something they need to upgrade or renovate, that's one thing, but these walls are there. This is already set. This is an outdoor park, and they've still got it closed off. And you know, to me, it's like people come here from all over the country. They want to come here. They want to, you know, pay tribute to those who died in that terrible tragedy. And they come here only to see the gates locked, and you can't get in. Not even just to a park. Yep, definitely kind of a bubble buster, kind of a Debbie Downer, kind of a disappointment. 你好，来这么远，这个地方关了。关了，装修了。那公园里边，我觉得应该可以开，但是那个博物馆，我能理解，但是这个外边的地方，因为很多人来这么远，白来了。因为你是本地人是吧？是本地人。你那个地震的时候，我10岁。 哦，你对那个的印象很清楚吗？很深。哦，10岁记事了。嗯，对。然后就是半夜就发生了，然后一出门就什么都没了吧？还是？房子几乎都塌了。嗯，那个时候全是平房。比较简陋。因为还是那个年代呢。对。是吧？全倒了。 有个别没倒的，比如说我们的房子就没倒。啊，是吗？啊，我们那小区那一片都没倒。哦。Well, we haven't had much luck here so far in Tangshan. All the places I wanted to see are closed and blocked off. So I came over here to the pedestrian street. We've got Tangshan City. And over here, there's going to be tons of food. I've got to get something to eat. I'm absolutely starving. And like I say in all my videos, anytime you come to a pedestrian street in China, you're pretty much guaranteed to find some good things to eat, meet some people. And you see over here, we've got one section of the walking street, but this is the main part right here. Hopefully this older guy won't approach me again. When he saw me, he started getting up, trying to get to me, but I walked too quickly for him, so he can't catch me. Now I'm on a mission to eat now, guys. I'm absolutely starving. I had a little breakfast this morning. Haven't eaten a thing since then. I am starving. The thing about pedestrian streets in China is that every city's got them, and they're all kind of similar. It's a bunch of shops, food stalls, people hanging out, but they're all also unique in their own ways. And like this one, it's kind of two-sided. It's got, you know, shops all in the middle section. It's kind of halfway covered up, so you know that is what's unique about this one. It feels like, I mean, you're outside, but you sort of almost feel like you're inside. And I will say, considering the time of day, this is not peak time, but things are already well, you can see there's a lot of people, a lot going on. We got Pet City over here. Bunch of unfortunate pets out here in the heat, taking a cat nap. Now, he's a lively one, isn't he? I can't look at him. I want to take them all home. Well, it looks like I've pretty much come to the end of this pedestrian street. The street food, I mean, some of the stuff looks pretty good, but it's just an off time. There's not many people eating it. And you know, one thing when you're traveling and you're overseas, like when nobody else is eating the food in those off times, or restaurants with like no customers, you kind of don't want to be the only one eating the food. You want to look for places that at least have some customers, because you want to make sure that the stuff is fresh. So there's an old restaurant here called Huaguang Canteen, or Huaguang Restaurant, that's developed quite a name for itself. It's been open for a few decades. And this is the kind of place I like to go. Yeah, I'm trying one of their local beers here, Tangshan beer, and they just opened, so it's not crowded yet. But it's kind of cool because they got the menu just up on the wall. But if you don't read Chinese, you're gonna have a rough time. But this place is really cool. It's like an old-fashioned type of place, a really local type of, almost like think of like a Chinese diner, kind of like that. There it is. My dinner is served, kind of like a lunch dinner type thing. Potato, green peppers, and meat. Some rice, and of course, nice cold beer. Well, the food is tasting great. And you know what's crazy about this? This entire meal, the food, the rice, the beer, everything together, costs about $4 US. And it really tastes fantastic as well. Well, here we are, just enjoying a beautiful evening. I mean, this evening truly is just about perfect. Nice clear sky, and the temperature is, this is absolutely perfect. Had a nice dinner, didn't overeat. I feel very comfortable, and I'm thoroughly enjoying this. And I'm just trying to comprehend and trying to fathom. Of course, Tangshan back in 1976 was a very different place, completely different. There was a lot of, you know, those like small private home units, you know, the old style China, kind of look like they're made out of like clay and bricks and stuff like that. And everything just crumbled. 85% of this city crumbled. This is no small city, guys. Don't really have any specific plans. Don't really know what to do. Just came over here to the People's Park and gonna walk through. And I mean, on an evening like this, you've got to be outside to enjoy it, because you only get so many of these per year. And this is kind of cool because this is like one of those nice runways, you know, like almost kind of like a padded surface on the sidewalk. But this is an overpass, so it's kind of like a track slash overpass. That'd be kind of cool for some people jogging, because it would add, you know, rather than just having like a flat track, they would have a hill here to add a lot of resistance. This is a really nice park and all, don't get me wrong, but I was kind of hoping it would be like one of those real inner city kind of Chinese parks, where they've got like a kind of a big square out front with a bunch of locals hanging out, talking, playing Chinese checkers, playing poker, just sitting there gossiping, chatting, to really get the full Chinese experience. But this is just a really nice park that's mainly geared toward exercise. It's a great park, like I said. Just think maybe I picked the wrong place to come tonight. I'm just sitting here people watching, and this little sidewalk area is a death trap. Got people mixed with cars, mixed with e-bikes. I mean, and these e-bikes come burning through here. There's a lot of foot traffic too, so I'm honestly surprised I haven't seen somebody just get smashed into yet. They must have accidents here like literally every day. It's interesting to watch. I mean, it's almost like a free reality show. I'm just sitting here chilling, but you can see you got a little buildup over here. You got a car pulling through. It's never a dull moment, but I'm just really hoping I don't see somebody get injured over here. Hey guys, well, we got rained out tonight, so I've just been chilling in here in the hotel room. watching some videos on YouTube. It's been a good day. It's been an interesting day. You know, not everything went right, but I mean, despite all that, I still had a good time. Still glad I made the trip. And hey, we've still got tomorrow. So I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Alright guys, so I lied. I'm back. One thing I wanted to tell you all, if you ever come to China, if you end up in a hotel that doesn't have its own AC unit and has like this type of unit, one thing to prepare yourself for is that there is a thermostat in this room showing me that I can control the temperature. But what these hotels do, and I mean pretty much all of them, they've got a master control downstairs. So they wait until the middle of the night when they think everybody's asleep and they cut off the AC. So wind still comes out, but no cool air comes out. It's just a fan. So I always wake up from just being too hot, and it annoys the crap out of me. But it's just the way China operates, and they're not going to change that anytime soon. So be forewarned. Good morning, guys. Here I am, Mr. Chopsticks, here in my hotel room, and let me tell you, what a rough night. I do not feel rested. That thing was a problem. At about 3 a.m., it just got too hot, so I called the front desk, and I told him, I said, look, I know you all turned off the master unit. Since it's central air, I know you all turned off the cool air. Air's still blowing through, but it's just like a fan, and I'm hot. So the girl was kind of, first she was denying that they did that. She may have not known, to be honest, but I have had a few hotels actually admit that they do that. And they do it because you're already asleep, and it's a way for them to save money. They're like, they're asleep, they're not going to notice. So I called her, talked to her for a while. She was denying it. She was, oh, why don't you just open a window? I asked them, do you have a fan? She said, no, we don't. So then finally she talked to somebody, one of the workers here. She said she wouldn't be able to reach him, but she did fortunately reach him. And he told her, yeah, there's no cool air coming through. She actually admitted that to me. So I respect that. I respect that she did it. So I changed my attitude real quick. And then she said, let me try to find you a fan. And there you go. She managed to find me a fan. Without that, I don't think I would have slept a wink. So fortunately, even though I feel rough today, it could have been a whole lot worse, because at least I want to say I got maybe 4 hours of sleep. Very, very broken and bad sleep, but at least I got like 4 hours, so I can still function today. Hey guys, here we are, day 2, Tangshan City. And over there, you'll see a structure, kind of a bronze looking type of sculpture thing. That's a phoenix, okay? And that's because this park is called Phoenix Mountain Park, Fenghuangshan Gongyuan. And if you look straight out there, there's a little peak there with a pagoda on top. Now yesterday, you'll remember, I wanted to go find like a really Chinese park where, you know, everybody's just hanging out, chatting, and I went to the People's Park. I chose the wrong place, because the People's Park, it's really, really nice, but everybody's there working out. It's not a place where the locals just kind of congregate and chat. So I was talking to a taxi driver, and I said, you know, which is the best park in town that's kind of got that real local feel where people hang out and, you know, play Chinese checkers and play poker and all that kind of stuff. He said that this is the place to go. So I'm bringing you guys along to explore the Phoenix Mountain Park. All right, we're working our way up. Would you believe that I haven't even had breakfast today? It's already lunchtime. Still making progress. Up we go. All right, looks like we made it. This is just a nice little hike right in the center of town, right in the middle of Tangshan. And I'm here at the peak. Now here's the view I was looking for. Now you can see Tangshan, get a view of it. It's a little hazy today, but I can still see pretty far out. Lotus for days. All right, now guys, you all know I typically like to eat local foods when I go somewhere. I like to support local businesses, but I'm not gonna do that right now because there is something I need. Hey, this is like the first non-Chinese dude I've seen here. Slightly surprised to see people hanging out, sleeping out front. Okay guys, so I'm trying to find a Domino's pizza, right? I know that there's one in the shopping center, and I have confirmed that it is on level B1, and this is B1. And this, obviously you can see, I'm in a parking garage. Come on, Domino's, you guys could have picked a better location. The good news is that I found it. What is this, some kind of game where you can collect fish? Yeah, I guess you scoop out the fish and you get to take them home. Man, there must be a lot of dead fish from this game. After a ridiculous amount of effort, we found Domino's. All right, guys, we got it. China has Pizza Hut and Papa John's. I think Domino's China is better than both of those. And I'll tell you what, getting some pizza sauce to dip the crust in, you know, back home that's a normal thing, right? Well, here it's like, they're not used to that kind of request. They're like, oh, but the sauce isn't cooked. Would ketchup be okay? I was like, please no, not ketchup. They just don't really get it. So guys, I'm ready to stuff my face. Saved up my appetite all day just for this. So let's dig in, baby. Oh yeah. Make Tangshan better. Well, I have to admit something. There is an escalator there. And when I came in, I remember seeing this area designated for where they're gonna build a Dairy Queen. But I didn't walk back here because it looked like there was nothing back here. I came in the mall just over there. I could have just went straight down here and landed at Domino's, but instead I took the elevator down into the parking garage and wandered around aimlessly. So the Domino's location's not as bad as I thought, but the marking is horrible because it doesn't say anywhere around here that that takes you to level B1. There's no sign for it. Oh, also in my defense, this map that they have here of the full layout of the place, it doesn't say anything about B1 level. So the only way I knew it was on level B1 is from looking on the internet and finding the address. All right, guys, I got my coffee, little KFC coffee here, and we're about to hit the road. All right, you can see, got a crowd of old folks up here. That means there's some kind of special or discount because they always take full advantage of it. Look at this. Let's see if I can squeeze in there. 不好意思，这是什么活动？什么活动啊？打折？哦，鸡蛋。哦，免费的吗？是吗？我没有票。啊，失败了，我整不了。 外国人这玩意儿太难了，不好意思啊，不好意思，谢谢。Check out that blue building there. You can really see what it looks like when it's still in the works. Well, we're back here at Tangshan Station, and we're about to head out. You know, before I came here, when I heard the name Tangshan, I'm not gonna lie, it brought up kind of negative images or feelings or something like that, because the two things that really came to mind were the horrific earthquake and that brutal beating at the barbecue restaurant of those poor Chinese ladies, and it kind of cast like a dark shadow over this city. But you know, when you come here and you experience it, I've got to say, like the people I've interacted with here have been I mean, they've been exceptionally friendly. They've been super nice. They've smiled at me. They've talked to me. They treated me respectfully. And what you realize is what you already knew, is that this is just another city like any other place. And it's actually a pretty cool city. Disappointed I didn't get to see any of the earthquake memorial stuff, but hey, that just gives me an excuse to come back next time. Big station, lots of people. And this isn't even a crowded time. During a holiday, there would be 0 seats. There'd be probably 5,000 people standing up. Well, guys, I think for this video, we're about to have to wrap things up, unfortunately. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the tour. Things didn't turn out exactly as expected, but hey, that's part of traveling. Life always throws you a few surprises. But all in all, I still enjoyed the trip. It was still worth my while, and I think one of these days I'll most likely be back. But thanks for tuning in, guys. If you enjoyed this video and you are interested in China travel or travel in Asia or just travel in general, I'm always on the road. I'm always trying to look for an opportunity to go somewhere interesting and create interesting content for all of you guys. So please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I've got a lot more content on the way. For my supporters who are currently going above and beyond the Call of Duty, I'm talking about you guys, my YouTube channel members, my Patreons, anyone who has bought me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com, or anyone who has sent me a super thanks here on the channel. Thank you guys so much. All this traveling stuff is quite pricey. I pay a pretty high price tag for it, but it's worth it. It's what I love to do. But you guys and ladies' help is greatly appreciated. Thank you all so very much. We'll catch you all in the next video. 下次再见. I want to give an extra special thanks to all of my YouTube members and Patreon supporters for their help in keeping this channel financially sustainable. A huge thank you to all supporters from the $1 tier on up through the higher tiers. I want to give an extra special acknowledgement to my PCO tier members. And lastly, a huge shout out to my top tier supporters. Lee, Martin S., David is Da Wei. Oh, and just so you know, you guys rock.
What do you look for beyond the sea, grasshopper?